Alrighty guys, welcome back to Balaka's Fish Room. So today, what we're going to be talking about is a few different changes that we're going to be making to the Maskaheros Argenteus tank. So you can see that the male and the female, they're getting along pretty well for the most part, but there's a few changes that I want to make. So the male, for example, he's getting to about 11 inches and he can't really fit inside this log that you can see here. This pot is getting really hard for him to maneuver around, and I don't want him to hurt himself on these little ledges. But the main thing that I want to change in this aquarium is, you can see this substrate. There's quite a lot of substrate that's in this tank. So there are some things that you do at the start of setting up an aquarium that you think, yep, that's a great idea. And then as you get further down the track, it turns out, hey, it's not such a great idea. So we're going to be taking out a lot of the substrate so there's not all that buildup of fish waste and uneaten food and everything in the lost in the substrate, which can affect the water, give you ammonia spikes and really affect your nitrites and your nitrates. So yeah, guys, we're going to be making a few changes. So sit back and relax. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It would mean a lot to me, and enjoy the video. Okay guys, so I'm sitting in front of the Argenteus tank and we're about to get started. So what I like to do before I start any project, especially something quite as big as this, is I like to get everything that I'm going to need for the project out in front of me to begin with. So I'm not running around like a headless chook, trying to, find a bucket, trying to find something to put the ornaments in, trying to clean up the water because I've spilt it everywhere and all that kind of stuff. So we've got on the right here, we've got a bucket and a net that's going to be used to get all the substrate out of the tank. We've got a styrofoam box which is going to store all the ornaments, the wooden logs and all that kind of thing once we pull them out of the aquarium, so that's not putting water everywhere. We've got a towel for when I do spill water, because that always happens. And over on the left here, we've got the hose with the siphon so we can clean a bit of that gravel as it comes out of the tank and everything like that. And of course, on the right here, where are we? On the right here, we can see we've got the all-important 4X Gold beer, and that's going to get us through this project. So guys, we're going to be firstly taking out everything out of the aquarium, so all the wood, all the pots and everything. Then we're going to be getting half of the substrate out, and then to finish off, we're going to be redecorating the tank and getting most of the ornaments back in there. So yeah, let's get started. Okay guys, so we've got everything out of the tank. So we've got the logs over here, we've got these sponge filters there, which we're going to give a nice clean in a second, and then we've got the logs and everything else over here. So we can see, having those few things in the tank, it makes a lot of this stuff, a lot of the fish poo just build up around the place. So taking a lot of this substrate and taking a lot of the ornaments out is going to be a really beneficial thing. We've just got to make sure that there's still going to be enough hiding places for the female and the male if he needs it as well, because the females can turn too. So I'm gonna give these sponge filters a quick clean. So just with my dry hand that we've got here. So what we've got is a bucket of the aquarium water. You cannot use tap water. And all you do is simply just take the sponge filters out. So you can see to the bottom of this bucket right now. But I just want to show you how much poo and how much waste. And this is literally about a month worth of build-up. But how much poo and fish waste actually gets stored in here. So this is only one sponge. So we're probably going to have to change the bucket in a second. But guys, you've got to rinse these out every month, or just keep an eye on it. If your sponge is dirty, you've got to give it a clean and get the back into your tank. So giving them a good few rinses out like this. Okay, and that's pretty much clean. So that's ready to go back in the tank. But that is so important that you do your maintenance on these guys. All right, let's keep going. Okay guys, so what we're going to be using is the net to take a lot of this substrate out. So literally we're going to scoop right in, take a whole bunch of substrate out, put it in the bucket, and that's job done. So I'm just going to time lapse this bit, and then we'll get back to redecorating the tank. Alrighty guys, sorry about the noise again in the background. We'll get this done as quickly as we can. But we can see we've pretty much got a full bucket of the substrate out. So I didn't want to take all of it out, but that's a good 30 or 40 kilos worth of wet substrate. So getting that out of the tank is going to create a lot less space for the bacteria, for all the fish waste and everything to build up, and it's just going to keep this tank really, really nice and clean. Isn't that right, buddy? Hey? Yeah. All right, so we're going to keep going with the tank. We're just going to give it a nice gravel vacuum and a nice water change now, and then we'll get everything back in looking nice. Okay guys, the water's a bit murky right now because obviously we've just stirred everything up, but we've got the tank about half drained. But I just wanted to show you guys, this is how the Argenteus are together without any ornaments or anything in the tank. So obviously they're really stressed right now and they're not showing their proper behavior. But it's just good to know that, you know, even though there's nothing in there, they're not just trying to kill each other straight away. But I mean, the male might even show you here, it's really important that the female does have places to hide that he just can't get to, because at the drop of a hat, he could just flip and take her out overnight. So yeah, anyway, let's keep going. Let's get all this stuff back in the tank. Let's fill it back up with water, and I'll show you the finished product. Alrighty guys, so we're back in front of the Maskaheros Argenteus tank, and as you can see here, we've actually still got a few of these free swimming convict fry. So I don't care what you say, these guys will literally breed in a bucket of water, but I think they're one of the most gorgeous little cichlids. And this is the big male that we can see here, so there's probably only about 20 odd left. But yeah, they've done really well to survive everything that we just did. So anyway guys, let's have a look at the entire tank. Okay, so everything's pretty much back in here. There's a couple of logs and a couple of little ornaments, like that big terracotta pot, the strawberry pot that I showed you, and a couple of little bits and pieces that haven't gone back in, but pretty much everything's working really well. We've cleared up a lot of space on this side of the tank, so there's a lot of open space for this guy to dig a nest. There's a lot of these intricate passageways that little fish can get in and hide from this big guy when he gets the shits. And then if we move over to this side of the aquarium, we've got the female side, which she hangs out in the most, but I mean, the male and the female have been hanging out a lot more together lately, which is really, really good. We've got this big piece of tile that we've now got leaning up against the back there. It's created, I'll come around the side here so we can see from this angle. So the male and the female, they can get through. It's a lot easier for the female to maneuver through here, but we're probably still gonna add in a couple more little, I'll probably replace this log that we've got here with one of those terracotta pipes. She can fit in there and he absolutely can't, so we'll probably just replace that. But from this side, we can see that this that tile creates a really, really nice big cave, and it's got a lot of potential, 2 different textures. So on this side, we've got a really nice flat, smooth surface, and on the other side, it's hard to see, but but it's a little bit more coarse, and might be another texture that they might like to spawn on and lay their eggs. But for now, it's just adding another little cave and a little bit more security, that feeling that they're safe within their home. So look guys, that's probably it for me today. I hope you guys like this. Is just something I've been wanting to do for a little while. It doesn't look like that much substrate has been taken out, but like looking at that bucket that we've got here, it's pretty much full. So there's a lot of substrate that's been taken out, and personally I'm really liking the new look. The tile, it doesn't really look natural, it doesn't really go with the theme, but I think it adds more benefits for the fish, and I think that's more important. So look guys, thanks for watching. I hope you like these kinds of videos. I hope you like the content we're putting up, and I hope you like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and let me know in the comments below what you think of this new scape. If you think there's any little bits and pieces that I should add in, or if there's anything that you think I should take out, any advice is greatly appreciated. So anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.